This is that kind of video where you need to get comfortable like right now. Greetings, salutations, Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something that I don't really see a lot of people do. I'm going to be ranking all of my favorite series individually. Let's get right into it. Again, these are my opinions. If you have a different ranking than mine, please let me know down below. Anyways, let's get into it. The Lunar Chronicles. Scarlet's at the bottom because while I did love Scarlet, I like it the least compared to Cinder and Cress and Winter. So Scarlet's on the bottom. And then Cinder is next. There's that. Winter's third. This was a strong finale. This was a really great finale. But I chose Cress as my favorite of the series because this book, I don't know why, every time I think of this, I just think of the time when I first met Marissa Meyer. And she was so nice. She was so sweet. And so and also this is probably the best fairy tale retelling book I've ever read. So here's my ranking for the series. Next is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. So on the bottom, it's Clockwork Angel is on the bottom, followed by Clockwork Prince, and then Clockwork Princess is my favorite of the trilogy, just because it wrapped up so nicely, and I just loved, the ending, the Team Will and Team Jen thing. It all worked out in the end. We all got a satisfying ending, so I love this. Then next is the Mortal Instruments series, and there's a lot of books. I'm not gonna hold them all at once just to show them, or I'm not gonna hold them right now. I'm just gonna hold them when I'm gonna rank them. So from least favorite to favorites. At the bottom, City of Fallen Angels. I do not like this book at all, but I liked it, but I didn't love it. So at the bottom, City of Ashes is next, and then City of Bones is right here. God, I'm gonna hate myself. City of Lost Souls is next. Oh God, okay. And Heavenly Fire is on top. Oh, okay. And then City of Glass is my favorite Mortal Instruments book because it was just so, it just felt like a final book of the series. And originally it was supposed to be City of Bones, Ashes, and Glass. And then Cassandra Clare extended the series to Fallen Angels, Lost Souls, and Heavenly Fire. Now, had we just gotten City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, I would have been okay. But we got this amazing, heavy 6-book series. There we go. And my City of Heavenly Fire looks dirty, but it's not, I promise. The next is the very controversial Divergent series. So on the bottom, didn't even have to think. Insurgent. I hate this book. It's my least favorite of the trilogy. I didn't like what happened in it. I just don't care. Then we have Divergent is my second favorite of the series. Then my favorite is actually Allegiant. I actually really like this book because it took a risk most authors wouldn't do. So I really like this one. But it's actually my least favorite film, but it's my favorite book of the series. So here's my ranking of the trilogy. And then Hunger Games. Actually pretty funny because it's actually the series backwards. That's actually my favorite. Really good first starter. But it was like a lot of, introductory, so we had to get past that. This one I loved, but it was a slow beginning, but I didn't mind that. But in this one, the finale of all finales, I love the finale of this trilogy. I think it was a great finale. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I did, personal opinion, and I thought it was a great ending. Yeah, I was thinking about including Legend, but then I remembered that there was the 4th book in the series, Rebel, but just to showcase my favorite from so far of the trilogy, it's this order. So Champion's my favorite of the series. I don't know how I forgot that Rebel was out and it was a thing, but oh well. Next is the Grisha series. So on the bottom, we have Shadow and Bone. Not a terrible book at all, just not my favorite of the series. Then I have Ruin and Rising, a great finale to the series. I loved it. But then we have Siege and Storm, which is my favorite of the series. I think this trilogy was just so good, so well written. The world of Grisha and Ravka and Alina and Mal, and just, I love this trilogy so much. And I cannot wait for the Netflix series. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. This ranking is so hard. But it's, again, the book's backwards. It's so hard because all the books are good. They are good. This is a great introduction to the series. This is a great continuation of the series. And this was a great finale to the series. This is a great trilogy. I loved it so much. And then we have a trilogy that a lot of people seem to have forgotten. The Fifth Wave. This order for me. Like, The Fifth Wave is my favorite book of the series. The Last Star was good. The Infinite Sea, not so much. And also the books got shorter as the series went on. Here's the first book, but it just got shorter as the series went on. And like, I loved The Fifth Wave. I thought it was a great book. I thought it was a great first book. And if it was just one book, I would have been okay. But, you know, we had to see what happened to Evan at the end. An unpopular opinion, I enjoyed the film. Deal with it. And then Percy Jackson, this amazing, fun trilogy. And the new spines make up New York City, which I think is so cool. So, my ranking goes like this. The Titan's Curse. I do not like this book at all. This is my least favorite. It's not terrible, but it's my least favorite. The Lightning Thief. This is the second one. I have The Sea of Monsters. This book was so much fun, but, you know, it's not my favorite, so it goes right there. The Last Olympian comes in second. And then Battle of the Labyrinth is my favorite. I love this book so much. So here is my ranking of the Percy Jackson series. I know the covers are kind of similar, so I'll just zoom in. So here's Battle of the Labyrinth, Last Olympian, Sea of Monsters, Lightning Thief, and The Titan's Curse. Here's my botched up New York City spine, but yes, this is my ranking. Then going into the Heroes of Olympus. So I have The Lost Hero. It's right here. I have The Son of Neptune. Goes right there. I have The House of Hades. I have The Blood of Olympus, which is also amazing. Then I have Mark of Athena, my favorite book of the series. I love this series so much. They're heavy. They're pretty thick books. Then I have The Raven Cycle by Magus Stiefvater. I have here on the bottom The Dream Thieves, even though it was a great book. I have The Raven Boys. Blue Lily Lily Blue. It's right here. The Raven King. I loved The Raven King. I thought it was a great ending to the series. This series is just, it's probably Magus Stiefvater's best series ever. It is so good. The writing is great. The world is great. Gansey and Blue and Adam and Ronan and Noah and you know, Neve is just amazing. I love this series so much. And then I have the Starbound series. So on the bottom, right off the bat, This Shattered World. I don't like this book at all. I don't like, what are their names? Jubilee and Flynn. I don't like them. These Broken Stars comes in second. Is their Fractured Light. Now, not only does it win like the best cover of the series, but it wins the best book of the series. It is so good. And this one follows, what are their names? Gideon and Sophia. So this is my ranking. I mean, their covers are great, but This Shattered World, man, I was bored to tears with this book. And this cover is not the best in my opinion. The last two are both by Rochelle Mead. So let's just begin with Vampire Academy. Okay, so at the bottom three, Blood Promise, Frostbite, and Vampire Academy. These are my least favorite of the books. Like this one, I don't really care for it at all. I enjoyed Frostbite. I really enjoyed Vampire Academy. Last Sacrifice is fourth. I mean, that was a great finale, but the other two trumpet. Shadow Kiss, I loved Shadow Kiss. And then finally, Spiritbound. This series is so good though. Just amazing. I love this. How can I coordinate myself? Okay. I'm not trying to pull a Christine. Because unlike Christine, I don't drop my books. This series is absolutely amazing. Don't judge these series off of that terrible ass film.
Just a moment.
I don't know what he just did, but I'm scared. Do not judge these books off of that terrible film. These books are so worth reading. Rose Hathaway, the narrator, is outstanding. Just all this, the lore with the Moroi and the Strigoi is just probably one of the most interesting vampire series or vampire mythology I've ever read. And then the other one is Bloodlines, but I only have Bloodlines and the Ruby Circle. But I'm going to rank them. And it's actually really funny because it goes Bloodlines, I'll put it right here, Bloodlines, the Golden Lily, Indigo Spell, Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and then Ruby Circle. I love Ruby Circle. It definitely beat out the rest of the series because the rest of the series kind of sucks, in my opinion. I didn't like Sydney. I didn't like her relationship with Adrian, but I kept reading because it was part of the Vampire Academy world. I didn't really like it that much, but the Ruby Circle, 10 times better than the rest of the series. To me, it trumps the rest of the series. Anyways, those are my rankings of some of my favorite books. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment your thoughts of these books down below. Talking all those books make me dehydrated and apparently forgot to speak English. And subscribe for more content, and I hope you guys are being safe and being healthy and wearing your mask. And one last note, Godspeed, God bless, and I will see you guys soon. Deuces.